Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Cookiecast. Today on Cookiecast, it's our football podcast. You can't see the forest for the trees. Paul Williams is off sunning himself in a secret location, so he's joining us by the magic of technology. James Panas decided to turn up, which was nice, but I will tell you this, strap yourselves in, it's a long one. So here we go, this is Cookiecast. You can't see the forest for the trees. We're up. Right then, I'm gonna try not to stand on that cable through this entire podcast like I've done previous times before. Oh, there we go. Right, as is becoming a new theme for the podcast.
It's the first time for me.
So Leanne said last night, she was like, "You've had people on the phone before." I was like, "I've had people on the phone before, not co-hosts on the phone before."
Yeah, that's right, baby.
Whoa!
You're not here yet.
What do you mean?
You've had no formal introduction.
Yeah.
I'm always here, my friend.
Right, so Paul couldn't join us because he's diseased. Yeah.
Well, that's absolutely
So why don't we have the introduction from the box sat next to me?
We are the Angels.
Oh,
he's beeping. Are you there?
Yeah, I thought I'd drop you. You sort of went for a second, but then you've come back.
there was a bit of a beep.
There was a beep.
Before you drop again, do us an introduction, man in the box.
There was an introduction man in the box.
Do us an introduction, man in the box.
Oh, I see. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the show that never, ever ends. So another fabulous instalment of You Can't See the Forest for the Tees.
So, I'd had an idea. If Mr. Williams was too sick to attend, we were going to do an intro that was You Can't See the Forest.
I see. Excellent.
Oh.
And as it is, we cannot see the T's right now. No. But if he was too sick to attend at all, I'd be like, this episode is You Can't See the Forest.
This might be the future ringing in.
You're going to start ringing in from the office.
What I was going to suggest was we could come up with other puns based on just both teams, and in the event that one of us can't make it, we just have that as the name of the podcast for that week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I've just thought? It's a bit too late now. I'm sat here on camera, looking at a box. I'm looking at the speaker.
Longingly.
In this day and age, we should have been able to FaceTime him in, so we could actually have his face.
Tell him, Andy.
We learnt that one previously. So, that's a fantastic idea.
Right. We
learnt from our mistakes.
Why is it a mistake?
So, on a previous NFL podcast, we FaceTimed someone.
Right.
And there's a delay. Video and audio delay for FaceTime.
Oh.
Depending on your connection and stuff.
What about
the
WhatsApp version?
I'd seen when I hung up yesterday, I was like, I could have video called him.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, it'll just be like FaceTime, but I don't know. But there's a slight delay. So what you'd get is I put a camera on the phone that had the FaceTime on. But by the time the person was talking, the camera would be off then. So there's just this weird delay. And because the audio and video is a little bit out of sync. One of the things about doing the phone stuff is the microphones pick up the phones better than it picks us up. So when I go and code them, the phone, the box,
Paul will be dominating.
Sounds crystal clear. It must be like mechanical talking to mechanical sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's crystal clear. Whereas we're just echoing.
Right, so what we need to do then is next time, E-phones in from home, we'll sit downstairs on our phones and there'll just be 3 Bluetooth speakers in front of a load of cameras.
Well, it is the future, I guess.
Anyway, should we talk about some football now?
Well, shall we? Because
Do we have to?
there isn't any to talk about.
Can we not just carry on talking about nonsense?
That's a different podcast.
Nonsense.
Bullshit cast. The return of the bullshit cast.
Oh, bullshit. We have no football to review.
I mean, there's been this week in football, just no games
there's no games to review.
No,
so
there isn't.
there's a this
There
week
are no
in
games to
football. But to make up for the lack of football, the lack of Middlesbrough and Nottingham Forest football to review, there's not 2. There's 4 games to preview.
Oh, why is it that you know more about football than me? Because I haven't looked beyond Saturday or Sunday in Forest's case.
We're supposed to be going to one of these games.
Yeah, but we can't because someone couldn't come through with tickets. Oh,
Yeah, that's
I don't know if Paul can hear, but there is a
on other people. It's not been a great time.
no. There was a suggestion that we could still go to sit in the Huddersfield end at full price.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Are we not going to go to the?
That was the alternative, was to go in enemy territory.
I mean, I'll still go with you if you fancy it.
Forest Hull. Where is it? Is it at Hull?
Well, no, I would imagine it's City Ground this time, because I'm pretty sure. Oh well, I hope so. I plan to go and watch Forest at Hull on Boxing Day.
Because that's what I thought. So I was like, maybe it's at Forest.
And Forest are playing away at Wigan on Sunday, so I'll safe to say that we're playing at home to Hull next week.
Correct.
Potentially, is it Tuesday or Wednesday? I've not looked. I guess it's Wednesday if we're playing Sunday. Is that one that we could get Stu on the podcast for?
Oh,
watch it with him in attendance.
So I was getting to that. I was going
to always work better for Stu anyway.
Wednesday wouldn't.
Wednesday would probably work better for Stu anyway.
Yeah, Wednesday is Stu's best day for podcast.
Yeah.
I need to speak to you and Stu, Mr. Williams, about when we're going to do a wrestling podcast.
It's because you want your belt, isn't it?
It's nothing. It's actually nothing to do with that. It's about what I've been watching to do with this Saudi Arabia thing.
Oh God!
It's really, really puzzling me. I don't understand what's going on. But that's not for this. Right, this week in football. Go.
I find it massively boring talking about it. Massively boring.
Is it racism?
Yes. So I'll sit here and just look bored if you and Paul want to talk about it. I think Stu had suggested one to you, and then there's the England game to talk about.
There is. So, obviously, we'll leave the England thing till last, because that's the biggest bit. But Stu sent me a text on Sunday and informed me that if we were going to be discussing racism on the podcast again, which obviously this is prior to Tuesday night's fiasco. No, not Tuesday night's. Monday night's fiasco over in Bulgaria. But Stuart sent me a text to say that Coventry were playing in their third kit at home. So this is a bit of a long-winded one. So Coventry were playing at home.
Incidentally,
in Birmingham.
Where do Coventry play at home now?
So they play at St Andrews.
Oh, do they? Right. Okay.
Yeah. So Coventry, they don't play in
stadium.
Coventry anymore because they've had a dispute with the people who own their stadium.
No, the Wasps play at Rico now.
So Wasps, so London Wasps, as was,
play in Coventry,
have now relocated to Coventry to be Coventry Wasps and play in the Rico Arena.
And Coventry have relocated to be Coventry playing at St Andrews.
Fallen out with the stadium company that owns the stadium, so now play in Birmingham under a temporary tenancy because they've agreed to play there. So Coventry don't basically play any of their games at home this season. Andy's
got the face to that I'm getting is been talking about Bolton or Bury all season. How have we never talked about this Coventry situation?
To be honest, I'd completely forgotten about that.
No, yeah.
I completely forgot about it until I saw it on Sunday. So
Anyway,
so Coventry are on to Tranmere on Sunday. It's on TV, and Coventry use the home game, away game, whatever you want to class it as a perfect reason to use their third strip, which this year is a white top with a black bottom bit of the top, and in the middle is a black and white checkerboard, which is to mark 40 years of two-tone, which I believe is a musical style, which was born in Coventry in the 1970s. And it carries the "Let's kick it out" anti-racism mantra on the inside of the shirt. So I think some of the proceeds of the shirt go towards the Kick It Out campaign, and it's just a nice sort of anti-racism message to get out there at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the point that Stu was making was that obviously there's all this bad stuff about, like, you know, the negativity of racism. This is a positive racism thing about racism, but it's getting the word out that it's not acceptable, and, you know, that it's trying to be more inclusive. So it's like a positive racial based point for this week.
Oh, I'm waiting for like the big fish to sort of slap me in the face, where it's so they roll out in this kit and then get loads of racist abuse. I thought it was going to be
a load of Bulgarians turned up and spoiled the party.
Yeah, won't be surprised.
Well, absolute well done on that one, because unfortunately, how many weeks running have we had to either discuss or avoid talking about racism in football? I mean, I think we're up to about 6 weeks running. So, absolutely fantastic that there's a positive racism stuff.
Unfortunately, Paul, I fed you the dessert before the veggies.
Oh, I like ice cream.
I'm giving you that lovely, you know, pick me up, to then obviously just slap you and bring you right back down again. Yeah, so England played in Bulgaria. The black players were subjected to monkey chants.
But I mean, prior to this, they knew it was going to happen as well. They've known for ages that it was going to happen. Because
unfortunately, it's just one of those parts of the world that's just so far behind the times that it's just unfunny. But
They didn't. I think the commentator said in the game that they'd closed off massive parts of the stadium because they were never going to fill like their national stadium with, and then they'd replace it with like banners across the seats about like anti-racism campaigns and stuff. And large proportion of the crowd just turned up with like t-shirts just saying "No respect" on.
Yeah, so there was no respect. There were people had taken pictures of stickers that had been found dotted around the ground. One of which said, "Thank you for not mixing," which is unbelievable.
Yep.
Wow.
And there were actively people with like stuff about Nazism and stuff like that. There were actively people doing Nazi salutes, like during they even covered it during the game, which I was a bit surprised about, to be fair.
Yeah, because normally when anything goes on, like there's a pitch invasion or a streaker or anything going on in the crowd, like a fight or like racing, they normally just pan away from it and ignore it.
Don't give it the time.
Yeah.
But I think that's the point, in it. That it's got to a point now where they don't want to ignore it, and so they want people to be aware of it so they can do something about it more.
Yeah. So it was. Did you see the coach, the Bulgaria coach though, was like when Southgate was like bringing the game to a halt, because I don't know if you can explain it better than me, that there's the 3 protocol approach.
Yeah.
No, didn't really understand it, honestly.
I didn't know about it. I watched the game because I wasn't in. I was out at like a spoken word show with my dad. So we only saw about it after the fact and after it all finished. So, but yeah, I think what you're on about is
he went to Andy's looking at me like, where were you? He went to the Aggers and Toughers thing.
Is this just another wedding?
No, it's a couple of like ex-cricketers telling anecdotes, right? I think my dad's been to it.
Quick, James, slap him around the face to wake him back up again because he heard the word cricket and immediately fell asleep.
Now,
I've heard it's quite entertaining.
I can talk about cricket like.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go,
But yeah, so basically, I think the first part of it is you can't just refuse to play, which is what they were suggesting or whatever.
You absolutely can. Obviously, the problem is that you'll get sanctions against you as about, which is mental.
Yeah.
Well,
so they brought in this protocol approach where if anything goes on, I think, does it have to be Southgate? So the manager has to do it though. He has to approach the fourth official and invoke the first protocol, which is there's some chanting or some kind of offensive stuff happening, and then he can go to the fourth official and get the referee to stop the game. And whilst the game stopped, the stadium announcer says, "Can you please sort your lives out?" type thing, basically. Then you get going again, and then so he did that.
Okay.
I think that happened on about 15 minutes or something like that. And then it got to, I think it was 29. Was it 29 minutes or something or like that, or 28 minutes? That it was still going on. So they stopped the game again, and then loads of people seemed to be leaving the ground
through their own choice.
It was kind of unclear,
right?
Whether they'd been asked to leave or they'd realised that they'd outstayed the welcome. I don't know exactly. It's a bit. It wasn't that clear.
What if it was?
And like the comments, no one, because no one's ever used these protocols they've put in place before. Like it's the first. Correct me if I'm wrong, Paul. It's the first time it's happened.
I don't think I've heard of it before, so I wouldn't be surprised if it has happened.
And then even like the pundits and the commentators were like, "There is a third protocol. We're not really sure what it is though." But if the first two, but I think the third protocol is basically ending the game at that stage, and because they've done through the first two within 20 odd minutes, they were like, "This game's probably not going to end."
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently, the head of the FA went into the dressing room at half time, didn't he? And spoke to Southgate and the players and said to him, "Listen, do you want to go out and finish the game, or do you want to stop playing?" And I think he said it's absolutely 100% your call, and we'll back you regardless of what the decision that you take is.
Yeah.
And I think unanimously as a squad, the players all said we want to go out and finish the game.
Yeah. I mean, Ian Wright had a good point because I know he's been outspoken to say that he doesn't like being the black pundit, just to wheel on and talk about that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to have his own voice, whatever. But he was saying that the difference is, it's your Rashfords and your Sterlings, and they were like the main two getting subjected to it, I think, this time, weren't they? But I know Danny Rose has had a lot in the past.
Yeah.
He weren't playing this time. But
obviously Mings was playing as well, and it was his first game.
But Ian Wright was saying they've always had they've always been subjected to it, and they always had to play through it, or whatever. And he's like, them refusing to play doesn't raise any awareness, whatever. He's like, it's the responsibility of all the white players that play with them to take the first step and walk off on their behalf.
Yeah.
Mm. So this is kind of what they came close to doing, I think.
That is correct. That is what it should be. It shouldn't be that the black players, or the Asian players, or whoever it's happening to, take the stand. It should be the group take the stand as a whole. So you'd imagine that's hopefully hopefully it doesn't happen again, but inevitably no one's stupid. It will happen again.
Yeah.
In a different country that's again not as up with the times and stuff like that.
It'll happen in Bulgaria next time someone goes there. Honestly, it will.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
As the game was being stopped, their coach was throwing his arms up in the air as if to say, "I don't see a problem here. What is the issue?" And then I think he said some bullshit after the game as well. I forget what he said.
Probably he's just at the end of the day he's just an idiot. Isn't he?
Yeah.
So, but hopefully, when it does happen again, hopefully that's the thing there where Southgate either says, right, you're coming off, or Kane, whoever's the captain at the time, goes and says, right, lads, we're off, we're going, we're just gonna walk. But it is ridiculous. It's still happening, but it has got to the point where something drastic like that has to happen, where a team just refuses to accept it for things to change, because it's going to take proper sanctions, like withdrawal or disqualification from competitions and stuff like that for things to change, really. And it needs to be punishment as severe as that.
It's a good time for then England to do something, because they're cruising that group, right? And if they were to walk off, and UEFA said you can't participate in the tournament anymore, there'd be absolute outrage that someone who is good enough to qualify is not allowed to participate because they take that stance.
Yeah.
And it would force UEFA to do something.
Yeah. It should be the other way around, shouldn't it? They should be going to Bulgaria and saying, right, okay, so this is the situation that's happened. Your team can now not participate in the rest of this tournament and in future tournaments if this is something that continues. And you will be used as an example to every other team and every other country. For
whatever reason, that don't work, though, somehow. Because they were saying that England have had to play against Croatia behind closed doors because Croatian fans are equally racist.
Yeah.
To think that it's something that goes on this day and age is just bonkers.
I think one of the commentators said this shouldn't be happening in the 21st century. No. But then he corrected himself and went, honestly, it shouldn't be happening in any century.
No, that's the problem. But that is it. It's like, as stupid as it is, that is basically it. Should never have been a thing, at the dawn of time or something. It's just bizarre, isn't it? But that's just the world for you, I suppose.
Yeah. So now we're all super depressed.
Yeah.
Oh, big time. Oh, yeah. What? Hang on, we're all depressed and we haven't started talking about how shit Borough are.
Oh, we'll
they haven't been shit this week.
Because they didn't play this week.
I think you did try and make a comment about how the Championship's best goalie saved a penalty.
Correct.
I didn't give you any airtime when we were talking about it before, but
no. Oh, I tell you what we did. We did cover last week, but then we were unable to cover because it happened 2 days after. So do you remember me last week saying that Sunderland had sacked their manager?
Yes.
So 2 days later, Liverpool United sacked their manager.
Oh.
Right.
So basically, last week, not a great time to be a manager of a North East club.
Do we think Woodgate's going into work on Saturday just a bit worried?
I don't think he is, because one, I don't think Gibson can afford to sack him because he can't afford to pay him off.
And two, and no one gives you a hope of any points.
Fully entrenched in the bottom 3 for him to get sacked.
Yeah, but you've got no hope of any points this week anyway.
Oh, we're going to get absolutely topped. But we'll come on to that when we cover the
predictions,
which I'm assuming we'll be doing now.
Unless else has happened. I mean, England lost the other day. We've gone straight into the Monday night game. We lost on Friday.
This decade, they've lost, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
A qualification match.
And in fairness, was it that much of a surprise? Because they nearly bottled it against Kosovo. Didn't they? So,
no, not really. They ended up winning 6-1, didn't they?
Was that the Kosovo? Which was the one where we... Was that not the Kosovo one? What was the other game we played at that time? There was like a 5-4 game, weren't there?
5-3?
Is it 5-3 in the end?
Was it? Yeah, it might have been Kosovo where they won 5-3, but they were 5-1 up.
Yeah.
And then just conceded a couple later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it went to 5. It went to 4-1 towards the end of the first half, and I remember saying to my dad, "Oh, was it? Was I watching it with you or
it was here?
Yeah, It's because we
You
watched
see,
it when we
and I
were
said,
on.
"Oh,
It
this
was-
better not end up 4-1 at full time," and then it
No,
was 5-1 by
at
half time.
time.
Yeah,
It was 5-1 at half time.
yeah, but when it was 4-1, I did say to you, "Well, that's 4-1 at half time. It better not finish 4-1." And when the fifth went in before half time, I went, "Well, at least it won't finish 4-1."
Hey!
Yeah. So yeah, I shouldn't be surprised. But yeah,
Yeah,
the Czech game, awful.
Didn't see it. Wasn't in.
I was actually out at the pub quiz on that, so I was watching it on a tiny screen at the other end of the pub with no
Sorry,
sound.
quiz.
Yeah,
Where was that invited?
it was in Doncaster.
Don't care.
Wow.
Right.
Could have done this.
I was going to say, I remember to set my Bluetooth speaker around in the future. I'm going to draw a little ginger beard on it.
Excuse me, Quizmaster. Am I alright to dial my mate in?
He won't cheat, honest. He'll feel really bad.
You don't understand. It would be worse if you cheated.
That is true. True story.
So yeah, we lost. I can't think of what else that's gone on, honestly.
Well, in that case...
Oh, I've got one more thing in football. He'll laugh when he says. So, in fact, you can tell it, Paul. It'll be funnier coming from the box.
Well, I don't know what it is.
Tell us the story about Marcus Rashford's goal of the month.
Oh my word. So, apparently Man United put something out on their social media or something like that, or possibly even on NUTV about how Marcus Rashford had won their September Goal of the Month competition.
Fine,
By
yeah.
scoring
Okay.
a penalty. So he scored a penalty, and the reason he won the Goal of the Month competition, do you want to have a little guess, Andrew?
So he scored a penalty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they take obviously out of the month's worth of goals, they pick the best screamer or curled effort or free kick or whatever it was, team goal. But Marcus Rashford won it for a penalty.
Okay. Is that not a little easier to score than, any
Yeah.
other goal?
Yep.
Absolutely it is.
Oh. Cool. That's...
Shall I tell you the reason why he won it?
Go on.
Because there was no other goal scored in the whole month for that team.
Oh.
So
Wow.
there's only ever been one instance where I can think of that's happened where it's been better than that, and I think it was Ipswich either last season or a couple of seasons ago, where they had to abandon their Goal of the Month competition for one of the months because
Lack
they
of
didn't
goals.
score.
Oh, bless.
Wow. As a follow on from that story, something popped up just literally after I left you in the car earlier. Was apparently the last outfield goal scored at Old Trafford was by Christian Benteke. When was the last time you remember him scoring a goal?
What?
Something like that. Let me get the exact thing. You're not buying that one, are you?
Do you mean the last goal from open play?
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what. Is that not what I said?
Well,
Did I say outfield
should-
goal, open play?
I don't reckon that's true
Right.
because Van Aanholt scored a winner
Oh, here we go.
earlier in the season.
Why are you so autistic?
I don't think that's a question you're allowed to ask.
Especially not on video and
Video
pictorial
and audio evidence that will then be catalogued on the internet.
Can you just bleep that bit out then? Or remove me from air in future?
Wow.
It'll get so bad where this won't be allowed to go out live. Oh wait. No.
Whee.
Let me see if I can find it.
Or I'll hold you accountable by putting it out live.
Oh no! I misread it.
Oh, here we go.
Find it incredible that the last Liverpool player to score from open play at Old Trafford in the Premier League was Christian Benteke.
Right, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Apparently it was the same goal that Martial scored his
I
first
have
goal.
just seen something that flashed up on Sky Sports to say that both Paul Pogba and, more importantly,
David De Gea.
hair
Both missing the game, aren't they?
are missing this weekend.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh dear. It never rains, but it pours for old Ollie.
Yeah. So I think that's all I had from football this week, honestly.
Okay then. I didn't have a lot of homework to do this week because there was no scores to collect, but I did write down all the games that we've got, and I did my little table at the bottom for all the money we're going to win and all the points I'm going to get this week from predicting all the games right. So we start off the week with Middlesbrough versus West Brom.
Oh dear God.
Oh dear is correct.
I take it he's waiting until we've gone.
Of course.
Them's the rules, apparently.
Now, are Middlesbrough capable of scoring?
No.
I agree. Therefore, I will go 0-2.
0-2.
And I'm going to go with Matty Phillips. You like that one, Paul?
It's a nice pick. I like it.
And who's playing up top for them? Because it's absolutely not Zaha, right?
I thought it was.
Yeah, but is he actually playing?
Let's have a look. Talk amongst yourselves.
I think was Zaha not your pick for Championship top scorer?
We don't need to go. We don't need to go into that. Listen, playing. You keep talking amongst yourselves, and I'll come back to you once I've got you an answer on who was in their team. So
yeah, I'll come back to you with the second goal. I'm not really sure outside of that. You do your score. I'm gonna find a goalie scorer.
So, I like what you're laying down.
I feel like I did steal that from you.
You did, because that was absolutely what I was going for.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with copying, Andy.
There's nothing wrong with copying, but my mind, as you would expect, goes to the money. For
the bets, there's no point as all doubling down on the same scores.
So I imagine Paul's going to 2-0 as well.
I reckon he might go a 0-3.
He's a smart man. So
you could cover the base and go 0-1.
I thought about that.
Or are you going 1-2?
I thought about that. But
or are you going 4-0?
I'd have to go back on me saying Middlesbrough cannot score to save the front.
See, I've locked you out of what you really want to say.
I did think a 2-1, but I don't think my conscience. I wouldn't have a clean conscience putting down Middlesbrough scoring a goal.
Right.
I wondered about 0-3, but then I always have a go at you two when you're always like, "Oh, it's going to be 5-0 on this game." It's like it definitely isn't. And 3-0 or 0-3 feels a little ambitious.
Oh, incidentally, a little stat for you, Paul.
Oh yeah,
still there. I think it was true leading up to the last round of Championship games, but I think a commentator said that Forest, out of all the Championship teams, are the only team that have managed to score in every game this year. So they've never failed to score. But out of all the teams, including Shithouse, Huddersfield and Shithouse Stoke, Forest had the least shots on target of any Championship team.
Wow.
God.
Yeah? Like that one?
Absolutely appalling.
All I take from that is Lewis Grabban, accurate.
Well,
when he has a shot, it's going in.
I've got your striker for you.
Are we thinking Charlie Austin?
It is Charlie Austin.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going for?
I don't know. I'm just looking. Do we think Robson Canoe might make a comeback?
God, I hope not, because he's absolutely awful.
Oh, no, I tell you what, because he looked good against Forest on the first day of the season, I'm going to look really foolish if he's never played since. Romain Sawyers.
No, he played...
He plays deeper than what he used to play, right? For West Brom.
Against Cardiff last time out and scored, so
yeah.
I think you're pretty safe on that one.
I think he was a bit of a goal-scoring midfielder stroke forward, but he's playing a bit deep lying for West Brom. Like more of a playmaker. But I'll go on that one.
Is Zohore playing?
I don't know. Are they throwing two up top or just Austin?
They've been playing 4-2-3-1 according to their own website. So
I think you obviously went in on him because at the start of the season they'd signed no one, and then Bilic went late in the market, didn't he?
Yeah, it was the big money buy. So
yeah. That's well. I mean, was Austin always leaving Southampton? Cause
no, I don't think so. I think he left because
he's had a spat, hasn't he?
Left because Ings went in as the sort of they turned his loan into a permanent. So
yeah, Austin did a podcast with Collymore where he was kind of slating. Oh God, I'm going to murder. Is it Hassan Hootel?
Hassan Hootel?
Yeah, you're going to get that in a quiz one day, Andy.
Oh, I'm sure.
He was kind of slating him because apparently he just made him go and play with the reserves or the under-21s without any notice, like lack of respect for a senior player, that kind of stuff. So I think he's left not on good terms.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So yeah. So but I'll go for the two midfielders. So yeah, you've got, if you want forwards, you've got Austin, I think.
I've gone with Austin. I've just put down Zohore because we don't get points. No, we do get points. We don't get money from...
No.
But I have gone with 0-2.
Good.
Because that's the score I wanted. I just have to make sure the next three picks are different. Mr. Williams, it's over to you.
Okay, so all sensible picks putting us towards a West Brom win here, yeah?
Yeah.
Stick me down for 1-0 Borough.
Oh, do you know what? I was convinced you were going to go 3-0 West Brom. Convinced.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm absolutely convinced that West Brom are winning this game. However, this is the absolute shithousery that Borough do. They play well.
I think you're overthinking it, man.
I'm not. They played West Brom twice last season and beat them both times.
Yeah.
So, in fact, I think I'm going to go for the exact same shithouse win that we got last season.
Right.
So I think we played them at home on a Friday night. They absolutely battered us, and I think we scored a 94th minute Daniel Ayala winner. So stick me down for Danny Ayala 1-0.
Hasn't Danny Ayala already got his goal for this year?
No, he scored against Birmingham last time out. But
yeah.
I think he's hit a rich vein of form.
Right.
Well, let's wait to see that score come in. Let's discuss Wigan versus Nottingham Forest.
Oh, I shall wait until you've both gone.
Paul,
I'll tell you what, I'll have first one at this one.
You will.
Stick me down for Wigan 1.
Yeah.
Forest 4.
Outrageous, Paul.
I mean, what?
You were going to go for that exact same score, weren't you?
No, I was not. I'm surprised you've gone that deep. The last time you went that deep, you thought we were going to smash Barnsley 5-0.
Yeah, I know. But, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that week was our big win.
Yeah, only because we went on... Was it? I mean, we went on ridiculous Barnsley Forest scores, but Andy probably got us some money from not being shit.
More than likely.
Your goal scorers.
So, Wigan, because he's the only one I can think off the top of my head, I'm going to have to go for Josh Windass.
Okay.
Forest, stick me down for a Graben hat trick.
Oh, it gets better.
And
Okay.
I love it.
I do love to put in a ridiculous pick. So, what was that kid who played centre half? Joe Worrell.
I don't think that's not necessarily ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, but normally I'd be picking a Jack Robinson marauding up from left back pick, wouldn't I? So
Jack Robinson's not been getting a game recently.
exactly. So
Yeah.
I have to go semi-sensible. Yeah, Joe Worrell.
Good. It makes me very happy that you've gone for those picks, man.
Oh God.
Supporting the Forest, supporting the Graben. Go on, Andrew.
I've rolled out Old Faithful for this match.
2-1
2-1.
to Wigan.
No. 1-2. I've stolen Paul's pick because I have absolutely no idea who plays William.
I can give you some options if you want to veer away, but I know you don't really care about the scorers so much.
Well, I do when it gets me loads of points and I win every week. I've rolled out Joseph Lolly and Uncle Albert.
Yeah, boy.
Good work.
Come on, James, get your 5-3 out or whatever it is.
No, it's good old 3-0. 0-3. Let's be clear.
3. So Wigan scores 3 goals. Go on.
Yeah.
Grab 'em 5 goals. 2
Grab 'em 1. Amiobi 1. Sow 1.
You're liking Sal these days.
Good player.
There we go. So that is the weekend games. Let's talk some Wednesday football.
Yeah, I've not thought ahead enough on this one.
So
Is Middlesbrough on Wednesday as well, or are you Tuesday?
Yeah, Wednesday as well. Because
Double Wednesday.
Again, as Andrew pointed out, that was the game we were going to go to.
Oh yes.
are we not going?
Oh, incidentally,
Yeah.
just going back to the Wigan Forest, they are the middle game of Super Sunday this week.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so I noticed that because when I was looking for the games, I was like,
Yeah.
"Are Forest not playing?" And then I was like, "Just hang on a minute." I don't
TV.
think it's often a case, but I think sometimes there's a Sunday game. Checked, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
were playing on Sunday.
So we Super Sunday starts with Accrington Stanley
Who are they?
versus Ipswich.
Jesus.
The starter, the main event, you
The main
could say,
course.
is Wigan Athletic Forest. And if you've not had enough and you just want a little bit more, Man United Liverpool as the evening kickoff. Anyway, let's get to Wednesday.
So the game we're not going to is Huddersfield versus
Before we get to
Middlesbrough.
Wednesday,
You are?
just before that,
Oh, go on.
I've got the some of the bets ready to go.
Oh, you want to put the bets on for the Saturdays first?
Yeah.
Right, okay. I've
So
just
I've
noticed
got
though, the Wednesday, the main event game is Huddersfield Borough.
Correct.
So we could have a double screening of both games. I
Correct.
suppose,
So
yeah.
you can put one on your phone.
As in main
and
event
I'll-
because I can't get a red button.
Correct. So I can keep the tablet free for the Forest game,
Yeah.
and then Stu and you can tuck into that, and I'll just watch
My
the Borough
phone.
game on the phone or something like that.
Righto. Sounds good. Anyway, back to your bets.
So I have Middlesbrough 1-0 at 10-1,
Mm-hmm.
and Forest 4-1 at 50-1.
Go on.
Giving me huge odds of 560-1.
Jeebus.
So, Andrew, you had Wigan 1-2.
Yep.
And you had Borough as 0-2.
0-2.
Okay. So Forest 2-1 is 9-1. West Brom 2-0 is 9-1. giving you a nice round double of 99-1.
Lovely stuff.
And then, James, you had 2-0 West Brom.
Yes.
And what was your Forest pick?
0-3.
Yeah.
Doo-ba-doo. A bit of lift music as we're waiting.
I don't know how whistling goes down on mics, to be fair. Probably really bad.
Not very good. So, West Brom 2-0, as we discussed, was 9-1. Nottingham Forest 3-0 was 25-1, giving James a double of 259-1.
Right, let's get to some Huddersfield Middlesbrough game.
Oh, yeah.
James Panas, you're up.
Huddersfield Middlesbrough.
Yes.
Who are Huddersfield playing on Saturday?
They are playing Blackburn away, and it is the early kickoff.
Because if they play and beat Blackburn, they will be the form team of the division.
League. Yeah, pretty much.
Bad.
Just so you're aware, lads, I can't get any odds for this so far.
But you'll put them on probably 15 minutes before they kick off on Wednesday,
Correct.
Right? Huddersfield Borough.
Yeah.
If Borough are ever going to win,
This is the game.
this is the game.
It is.
So, I will go 0-2.
Really?
Yes. Now, he's going to disagree because he's going to use the same logic as he used for Saturday and go, we're going to fucking do West Brom and then lose to dickheads. But, and I will go with, I don't even know if they both play together anymore, but to cover hedge my bets, I'll go for Fletcher and Sombalonga.
Fletcher hasn't been playing the last couple of games, but that doesn't mean that he won't come back in. So.
Yeah. Or come on, if a Sombalonga hasn't done the business.
Yeah, all that, basically.
I have gone very similar, but not the same. I've gone for 1-0 to Middlesbrough, and no guesses who I've put down to score that goal. Do. Paul Williams.
So, you've both got half of my score correct.
0
Correct.
to the
Just double
Borough.
that up for us, would you?
Huh?
Just double that up for us, would you?
You going for a 0-0?
Too fucking right. It's on TV. People are going to be disappointed.
You weren't saying this when you were trying to get us to go to the game.
Best game of the season, boys. Let's go and.
To be honest, I don't think he ever said best game of the season. He went cheapest fucking ticket you're gonna get all year. Let's go.
So Danny's picking a goal scorers. Cool. Nottingham Forest versus Hull.
Just put a note in here that if he's not putting them on till Wednesday, probably want to give a little space for Stu to make a prediction here.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Boom! I love it. Love it.
Because you've got a neatly written out
I left too much
page.
I left too much space at the top, but not realising that there was extra games. Laid it all out. Then I was like, shit, there's more games. Did that, and then I've had to use the bottom line. Terrible planning.
I'm going to go last. It's my team.
You are. Paul Williams.
Why don't you go first this time?
How good are Hull?
Shit.
Cool.
Them and Middlesbrough are a bit neck and neck, but are they slightly better than you?
So this is just a quick preview of how good Hull are. So Hull are 16th in the table. They've played 11, won 3, drawn 4, lost 4. They're basically one win bet.
Oh.
Have we lost him?
You are.
Oh, I thought we'd lost you.
Oh no. I said, did you not get my bit about Hull have played 11?
Yeah, we got all that.
Yeah.
Won 3, drawn 4, lost 4, yeah?
The one win better. But when you've only got 2 wins, Paul, 1 win is a lot of wins.
All right, mate, calm down.
I just realised you're playing Huddersfield and I've picked you to beat them. You're literally only 2 points above them.
Could be worse though. You could support Barnsley, who've got 1 win all season, and they got that win first game of the season.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. Right. I've doubled up on one of my other predictions. I'm going 2-0 Forest. Grab 'em, and Joe Lolly are going to get them goals absolutely nailed on.
Right.
Paul.
I will go Hull 1, Nottingham Forest 1.
Okay.
And goal scorers, I will have Grosicki.
Okay.
Ooh.
He's struggling now because the Forest team is full of goals.
Oh dear. Stick me down for Joe Worrell to continue his goal scoring exploits and get 1.
Hey,
Okay.
just because Ayala's setting the standard for centre back scoring.
5-0.
No, what do I usually go when Forest are playing at home?
3-0.
Yes, but I'm going to throw Stu a bone since he'll be here on Wednesday.
3-1.
3-1.
Oh yeah,
That goal is only for Stu.
I put it as Hull 1-1, didn't I? Because I thought Hull were playing at home, but that's Boxing Day.
Yeah, it's a City ground. Would you like to review?
Yes, I would, please.
I've written it all down.
Just change it to 2-1 Forest,
Okay.
and I'll add Lolly in as a goal scorer.
Do you know, I thought you were going to go Worrell brace.
That would be hilarious.
Come on then, give me your
3-1. I think we all know who I'm going to pick for Hull. It's the person I picked to score for Hull every time.
Jared Bowen.
Yes. He always comes through, man.
He does. He's a good egg.
We'll obviously grab him. Can't not say grab him. Lolly. I like to spread it around, you see.
That's what she said.
And this is... I would have never have picked this last year, but he seems to be popping up a lot at the moment.
So.
Watson.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Right, that is our game predictions done, gentlemen. Does anybody have any other? Does anybody have any other business?
I don't think so.
No, sir.
Right. So let's see if I can do this without losing Paul in the process. I have a quiz. Oh yes, I can give you a book. I can book you.
Oh, he's not going to have his in his book.
No. Which I'm sure will have no issues for somebody with his level of...
Thank you.
What are we calling it? Super autism. That's it.
I'm a bit worried that he's already said he's got his iPad there. It gives him the ability to cheat.
Honestly, he is not going to cheat.
Is if you want, what I'll do is I will make my note of my answers, and I'll take a picture as we're going along, and I'll send it to you, James.
I don't care.
Now, I will tell you this, there are only 10, because I think we need to sort of wrap this puppy up fairly quick. This has been provided by globalquiz.org. And I will tell you this much, of the 10 questions, I know for a fact we've had number 10, not only before, but recently. However...
Still there?
Yeah, still here.
What does this mean? We've had a lot of... You were making some beeps.
I don't know.
Well...
I am still here, though.
Alright.
Okay, but I think it's one of those questions that even though we've had it before and very recently, I still think there's an opportunity for getting it wrong. So,
I feel like he's looking at
10 multiple choice questions. Let's do this. Are you ready?
Is there a theme?
Well,
Is there a title of the quiz? I like to write down the title of the quiz.
Interestingly enough, it said it was riddles.
All right.
And when I went into it, absolutely not. So, I don't know what's gone on there. I shall still badge it riddles. Do. So, this one wants to know the only player to have received a Super Ballon d'Or.
What?
Yeah. Does it give any indication what the fuck a Super Ballon d'Or is?
It does.
Right. Can you give that without giving away the answer?
To this day.
Is it like when Brazil won 3 World Cups and they got to keep the World Cup?
MacLeod awarded by France. That might give the answer right. Because presumably it would be a French player then.
No, it probably says France because Ballon d'Or it's driven by French people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So basically, it's saying that it was given for outstanding career achievements. I don't know if that makes any difference.
Right. I don't know if we lost him and got him back there and lost him again.
Paul, are you still there? Oh no, we have lost him.
We've lost him. Do you want me to call him on mine? So then, because you're messing with your phone.
Call ended.
Oh, there we go. He's gone. He has gone.
Let me try and get him. He's gone away to Google Super Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'll just use my phone to Google." Oh, I've dropped the call. That's exactly what's happened there. Remember, you can only answer through WhatsApp.
Yeah, no, I've just got to set my mic options on WhatsApp and then presumably connect to your Bluetooth speaker. I don't do technology, Andy.
Let me disconnect because otherwise we'll have that issue that we had that other
Andrew's iPhone disconnected. Ready to pair.
Oh, that's what my WhatsApp says now.
Right, well I'll just try and ring him back.
Connected to
this is
Andrew's
really
iPhone.
I don't know why he would have dropped.
Not paid his interwebs bill.
Maybe. Paul is on another call. It sounded like
Call
somebody
ended.
was getting a call. Unless he's trying to ring me.
Possibly. This is going to be riveting for your podcast.
Absolutely.
But I've now managed to break my phone.
Call ended.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Are you there?
I'm here.
He's here.
What happened?
Don't know. It just sort of dropped out.
You sound a bit muffled.
I did get a text from my mate at the same time. So
Oh.
Are you sure you didn't drop off to Google Super Ballon d'Or?
that would have been amazing if I had done, wouldn't it?
I'm just going to quickly. Oh, drop. Right. So the only player to have received a Super Ballon d'Or.
Right.
Okay,
give us the
okay.
options.
The options are Pele, Maradona. No, I've had it before. I want to say Cruyff.
Cruyff.
Damn it.
Johan Cruyff.
And then it's Di Stefano.
Alfredo Di Stefano.
Those are your 4 options. The question is the only player to receive a Super Ballon d'Or. Pele, Maradona, Cruyff, Di Stefano.
Good work.
Yeah.
Yes? Next. In which of these clubs did Kevin Richardson not play?
Are you sure it's not Kieran Richardson?
No.
No, Kevin. Those clubs are Coventry City, Barnsley, Everton. Is that spelled right? Watford. Should it not be Watford?
Yeah.
I think that's spelled wrong. Bearing in mind, Barnsley's got a 9 at the end.
Right, so if I put Watford down, and when you tell me that's wrong, I'm going to go, it's absolutely right, he never played for Watford.
Looking at because each one's got a blurb, it should be Watford.
Yeah.
Looking at that, no surprises.
So, Watford, Barnsley, Coventry, and...
Coventry City, Barnsley, Everton,
yeah.
Watford.
And the player wasn't Kieran Richardson.
You remember Kevin Richardson, right?
No.
Ooh.
Ooh. Juicy.
The thing is, I don't absolutely know this, because I only know 2 of the clubs he definitely did play for.
Let's move on. I believe this might be question 3. Who knows? This hasn't got any question numbers. Which of these players played in Liverpool, Everton, Manchester City, and Manchester United? Was it Alan Shearer, Peter Beardsley, Kevin Keegan, or Brian Barnes?
What players played for all of those clubs?
Which of these players played in Liverpool, Everton, Manchester City, Manchester United?
Has the person who wrote this quiz not studied English?
I don't think so. Alan Shearer, Peter Beardsley, Kevin Keegan, Brian Barnes.
Confident on that one, Paul?
Not even slightly.
I think I am. I will look foolish when he beats me again.
I don't know, I've got a good feeling for you this week, James.
He always plays this card. Oh, I'm guessing.
So we're gonna guess.
I got 12 out of 13, sorry.
We got 12 out of 11. Right, well, let's see how you do with this one. FIFA issued a rule forbidding the organisation of official matches in stadiums with an altitude of more than 2,500 metres. There is one exception. Which one? Is it... Oh, fuck you. Quito, which is Ecuador.
Right.
La Paz, which is Bolivia.
Right.
Kathmandu, Nepal. Or Bogota in Colombia. So FIFA issued a rule forbidding organisation of official matches in stadiums with an altitude of more than 2,500 metres. There is one exception. Quito, which is Ecuador, La Paz, Bolivia, Kathmandu, Nepal, or Bogota, Colombia.
Confident on that one, Paul?
Yes. Very
Really?
much so.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you shitting me? I've never even heard of this rule.
I thought that'd be one where it'd be like, I've no idea. Right, next question. Don't know what number. What number we're on?
5, I think.
Cool.
Number 5.
Which
But
Greek...
when number 4 comes out, I've got an interesting anecdote about it, I think.
Oh, you're such a cunt.
Number 5. Which Greek football team was a European Cup finalist?
Right.
Was it Olympiakos, Panathinaikos?
Good work.
Now then.
AEK.
PAOK.
K.
Yeah, PAOK Salonika.
Yeah.
Or none of them? So was it Olympiakos, Panathinaikos?
Panathinaikos.
Yes. PAOK or none of them?
not even thrown out an AEK Athens for us there.
And obviously, AEK Athens are just shite.
Oh, Paul. Oh, mate.
Go on.
Next question's a picture.
Oh, no way.
Oh, no. It is a question. There is a question, but...
Is it by any chance, who is this?
No. No, it's a satellite, if that helps.
Okay.
Right, the question is...
Why don't you just screenshot and send it to him?
Oh, yeah.
Hey!
This is Telstar, the world's first communication satellite. What was it named after? I'm just going to give Paul... can
What
I...
are the options?
I was going to say, is a picture of the satellite going to help him?
Have you got that?
Hang on.
I tell you what,
Yes.
the mastery of technology happening right now.
So, as you can see by the question, this is...
You've probably sent him that via that bloody satellite.
Yeah. This is Telstar.
I probably need to see it as well. Yeah, is that also the Death Star?
It looks like the Death Star, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The world's first communication satellite. What was it named after? Was it a soccer ball, a stadium in France, a sport channel on TV, or a television transmission of a match? So was it a soccer ball, a stadium in France, a sport channel on TV, or a TV transmission of, I presume, a football match?
Okay.
Next question, which is number...
7.
Cool.
7.
When did the German national football team win its first World Cup?
Do you want to weigh in here, Paul?
Yeah, I've got an answer.
Are we looking for German or West German?
Let's have a look at the answers. What are the options?
Your options are 1950, 1954, 1958, or 1962.
Right, I'm happy.
Okay. Number 8.
Yes.
During which Olympic Games did the Soviet Union beat Yugoslavia in the football final on the 8th of December?
Oh.
Was it Los Angeles 1932? Was it Melbourne 1956? Montreal 1976? Or Sydney 2000? So, during which Olympic game did the Soviet Union beat Yugoslavia in the football final on 8th of December? Los Angeles 1932, Melbourne 1956, Montreal 1976, or Sydney 2000?
Okay.
Question 9. Which team won the most AFC Asian Cups? Was it South Korea, Saudi Arabia, Iran, or Japan? So which team won the most AFC Asian Cups? South Korea, Saudi Arabia, Iran, or Japan?
Okay.
And your 10th and final question, which we've definitely had before. What does the FIFA acronym stand for?
Oh, shit.
Is it Federation of International Football Authority? Is it Football International Federation Authority? Federated International Football Agency? or Fédération Internationale de Football. I don't actually know. There's no A on that one. It just goes ... Authority, agency, one.
What is that question?
I don't know. Honestly.
And I don't think we've had this before. I think we had the UEFA version of this question, not the FIFA version.
Oh, we might have done. I might have led you down the wrong path.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, Andrew.
Oh, I've shot myself there, haven't I? So, what does FIFA stand for? Federation of International Football Authority, Football International Federation Authority, Federated International Football Agency, or Fédération Internationale de Football something. I mean, do I need to press it? Oh shit. Oh, something's happened. Something bad happened.
Can you just read it out one more time?
Which one?
Sorry, the options for the last answer.
Federation of International Football Authority, Football International Federation Authority, Federated International Football Agency, or Fédération Internationale de Football.
That is the only question thus far that I felt the need to put the letter for.
Yeah.
Yep, same E.
Yeah.
Same Z's.
Does anybody need anything repeating? It was a bit of a...
No, I'm happy that I've got an answer from all this
I didn't
time.
have enough time to vet quizzes. I haven't been here today. So.
No, that's all right. Is that?
I thought it was all right.
There was some good variation there.
I thought it was all right.
I'm actually annoyed that he knows number 4.
Let's find out if he does. So question number 1. The only player to have received a Super Ballon d'Or.
Did you drop off before you got Andy's description of what that meant?
Yes.
Right. So basically, it's like an outstanding achievement to football type affair, right?
It's a recognition of his outstanding career achievements.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you probably got that from the options all being old Giffers. But
Well, yeah.
who have you gone for?
I ended up going for Di Stefano.
I went for Johan.
Oh. On December 24th, 1989, Alfredo Di Stefano was awarded a Super Ballon d'Or. To this day, he remains the only player to have received this award. It was an accolade awarded by France Football in recognition of his outstanding career achievements. Johan Cruyff and Michel Platini
Michel Platini.
Michel Platini.
were shortlisted for this award as well, but Real Madrid's Blonde Arrow won the vote and was given this unique distinction.
Yeah, because he probably had 4 nations voting for him because he couldn't decide which country he wanted to play for.
Tiki.
In which of these clubs did Kevin Richardson not play?
What have you gone for? So, Kevin Richardson, correct me if I'm wrong, is the guy that used to play famously for Coventry, so it better not be an option. It better not be the answer. And Villa, I remember him at for most of his career. He had a big old tash. Do you not remember him?
No, whenever I think of tashioed former Villa players, I can only think of Sean Teal.
Bloody hell.
So I've gone for Barnsley.
I've gone for Watford.
Watford would be a good selection to go for, James. Kevin Richardson, born December 4th, 1962, a former English footballer in the midfield position.
Yeah.
During his career, he represented such football clubs as Everton, Watford, Arsenal, Real Sociedad, San Sebastian, Aston Villa, Coventry City, Southampton, Barnsley and Blackpool.
He'd been at a lot more clubs than I thought. I remember him specifically at Everton and Coventry and Villa. So I was torn between Watford and Barnsley. I can't remember him at Barnsley.
Hang on. He mentioned all 4 of those clubs.
So I presume the spelling
That's bullshit.
is intentional.
That's absolute bullshit.
And did I not say I went for Watford?
That's absolutely ridiculous.
Can I just check on Wikipedia what the actual answer is? If it is Watford or Watford.
No, because it says there. The clubs he played for: Everton is one of the options. Watford.
That is absolute horseshit.
Tell you what, I went with it though, man. So I'm having that point.
And Barnsley is an option. So it's the intentional misspelling. Wow.
Absolute mental.
Tell you what, why don't you both have a point?
Let me have a look.
Move on.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah. So Kevin Richards featured for Everton. In fact, I'll do it in order. Everton, Watford, Arsenal, Sociedad, Villa, Coventry, Southampton, Barnsley, Blackpool.
There you go.
There you go. Good.
Which of these players played in? It should be 4. Liverpool, Everton, Manchester City, and Manchester United.
Paul in the box.
Now I know that Beardsley played for United, then moved abroad, and then when he came back, he played for Liverpool, Everton. But I don't remember him playing for Man City, so I've gone for that Barnes kid.
I've gone for Beardsley because I swear that I knew he played for Liverpool, Everton, and Man City, and it was a surprise to me when I found out he'd played for Man United.
See, I don't remember when he played for Man City.
Oh, I thought I did, but maybe I'm mixing him up with Peter Beagrie.
Oh no. Well, the answer you might be surprised to hear. Peter Beardsley is an English former footballer who played as a forward or midfield between 1979 and 1999. In 1987, he set a record transfer fee in the English game and represented his country 59 times between 1986 and 1996.
He was a proper forward for England, wasn't he?
At club level, he played for Newcastle United, Liverpool and Everton, having also had spells with Carlisle United, Manchester
Man
United,
City on loan!
And Manchester City.
Man City on loan from Bolton in 1998.
Oh, fuck off. Oh,
Hey, I tell you what though, this is why I didn't know. He was at United for a season but never played a game.
He must have played like a cup game for him or something, because I think if you're going off,
It's listed here as playing for Man United 82 to 83, no senior appearances, no senior goals.
Now that if you're taking it from Wikipedia,
Yeah.
you need to go all the way down to the bottom for the player stats, because that only brings into account league games and goals at the top.
Right, I'm on it.
Right.
Who is this? Whoa, Andy. Whoa. Do this proper. Man United. Oh, hang on. There is an appearance. He played one League Cup game.
Yeah, there you go.
FIFA issued a rule forbidding the organisation of official matches in stadiums with an altitude of more than 2,500 metres. There is one exception. Which one?
I hope I've guessed at the one that he knows.
So do I.
What have you guessed at?
Bolivia.
You jammy bastard.
Really?
Yeah. La Paz in Bolivia.
FIFA forbids official matches above 2,500 metres because players may be at greater health risks due to decreased oxygen pressure. La Paz's Hernando Siles Stadium, pictured, 3,637 metres, 11,932 feet.
That's a way above the rule.
Is excluded from that regulation after intense lobbying by Bolivian authorities.
When we say lobbying, we mean money and drugs.
A lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
Changed hands.
So,
mind you, but Colombia couldn't make that same.
Teams playing in Bolivia have been known to give their players Viagra
to thin the blood.
Because it apparently increases the blood's ability to hold oxygen.
Right.
Why don't they just...
It's not to give them massive lob-ons, it's so they can run about a bit more.
Why don't they just let them...
But does it give them massive lob-ons?
I don't know, I'm assuming
that'd be a funny game.
Just leave them to do the massive amount of cocaine they do on a regular basis, and I'm sure they'll be fine.
I tell you what, running around in thin air on coke, That's an accident waiting to happen.
That's why they don't allow it. Which Greek football team was a European Cup finalist?
None of them.
Incorrect.
Oh, what?
I believe Panathinaikos once got to a European final.
In 1971, under the guidance of Ferenc Puskas, Panathinaikos were 1970 to 71 European Cup finalists, the first and only Greek team until today, losing 2-0 to Ajax at Wembley Stadium.
Didn't know that. Obviously. Still wrong.
Right, this is Telstar. We've seen the picture. The world's first communication satellite. What was it named after?
Do you know it, Paul?
Gotta be the ball, isn't it, surely? Adidas Telstar? Was it an Adidas ball?
I've gone TV channel.
Pretty
I
sure it's
don't
a
know.
ball.
The Adidas Telstar was the first.
Oh, do you know, it's more annoying when he knows why as well.
World Cup ball to use the low, familiar design consisting of 12 black pentagonal and 20 white hexagonal panels. It was named after the Telstar satellites launched in 1962. When did the German national football team win its first World Cup?
James?
Well, the options were 50, 54, 58 and 62.
Yes.
Yeah. So 50 was Uruguay.
Yeah.
58 was Brazil.
Yeah.
62 was
I couldn't remember who 62 was, but
Brazil again?
I'm just trying to think. Pele. So Sweden. Where was 62? 58 was Sweden.
62.
When Pele played his
58
first
was-
one.
58 was in Sweden, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's when Pele played his first World Cup.
Was 62 in Chile?
I don't know, but I know. Yeah, he did win that one, and then he got kicked off the park in '66. Then came back and won 70.
Yeah.
All that leads up to I have actually put 1954.
Same here.
Germany saw its first World Cup victory in 1954 in Switzerland. It is known as the Miracle of Bern, as Germany managed to beat the heavily favoured Golden Team of Hungary 3-2. Since then, the team won another 3, and along with Italy, it is the second after Brazil most successful national team in World Cup history.
Outright second now. They've got 4 now.
They were a proper force in the Hungary thing. They were a proper force in the 50s, weren't they?
Yeah.
During which Olympic Games did the Soviet Union beat Yugoslavia in the football final on the 8th of December?
I'm going to give you my answer. I'm going to give you my reasoning, and I'll be prepared to be shot down. I've gone for Montreal 76. Only because I don't think those two nations existed for any of the other years you gave me.
Ooh. That's good. I like that. However, I've gone for Melbourne 56 because when the winter would happen in Australia, it's actually the summer.
He's right. As looking at Andy's face, you're right.
Due to the reversal of seasons in the southern hemisphere, the games were held during the northern winter. This was thought likely to inconvenience athletes from the northern hemisphere who were accustomed to resting during their winter.
They didn't do that in bloody...
Next Olympic game in Australia, Sydney 2000,
Yeah.
were held in September. So the answer is Melbourne.
I was thinking the Sydney one.
1956.
I didn't think Yugoslavia existed in 56, if I'm honest. But obviously it did.
Which team won the most AFC Asian Cups?
South Korea.
I went Saudi, but that was a complete guess.
The AFC Asian Cup is the second oldest continental football championship in the world after Copa America. The most successful team is Japan with 4 titles.
Fair enough.
Right, the very controversial question. is about to get more controversial with an answer. What does FIFA stand for?
I don't want to have to make them out, say them out again. I've just gone for A.
See, I went for D.
Well, I discounted D because it just seemed unfinished.
Yeah, it did.
If I'm honest.
FIFA is responsible for the organisation of football's major international tournaments, notably the World Cup. It was created in Paris in 1904. Today the headquarters of FIFA are located in Zurich, Switzerland. It is D.
Which was?
The unfinished one.
So it's the only reason I put D was because it was the only one that made sense, because it was invented in somewhere that wasn't England, so of course it would be written in the language it was created.
That's why I would have gone with that one.
It made sense, but the way Andy was talking, I thought it was written in like Spanish rather than French.
So
when he was like federale or whatever,
it's got all the like umlauts and stuff, and instead of like the other ones where it says international, this one is internationale and all that nonsense.
It's when he says it like that. That's not French. He's gone Brazilian on me or whatever.
So there's a possible 10.
I think he's done me at the last two questions.
He might have done you at the end.
Yeah. Have you got 6, Paul?
No.
Have you got 7, Paul?
I've got 7.
Yeah, I've got 4. but I got 3 of the first 4 right. I was in front of you.
Oh, James.
Oh well.
Got it.
So there we go.
I liked the quiz though.
There was elements that were good that were elements. If I had had more time and I got a better one that made a little bit more sense. But
no, I liked it.
Time was a factor.
Good quiz that, Andrew. Well played.
Time was a factor. Has anybody got any other business?
I have nothing.
No, I don't think so. Maybe Paul can, show up next time. But
yeah, maybe I could
He's just been phoning it in these days, hasn't he? Oh,
this is not the first time, is it?
Right, well, if there's nothing else, I'll say, or we'll call it a day there then. Thank you very much to both of you for attending in some
Thanks
capacity.
for joining us again, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Just realised I can call this book in.
So there you go, what do you think to that? Another one done, another one in the bag, another podcast gone for the week. YouTube watchers, make sure YouTube subscribers, like, share, comment, notifications, all of that. Everybody jump over to cookiecast.com, check us out over there, check us on social media, email, stuff like that. So until next week, I'm going to say bye, and I'll see you then.